Yo, we're live. Yo, what is good? What is good, guys? How is everyone doing? Yo. Hello, Emma, Abby, Mike, Curtis, Anthony, Jovan, Giovanni, Mike. Hello. How are you all doing? How are you all doing, beautiful people? Nice to see you all here. Hello, Hamza, Janice, Dan. Good to be back. It is. Hey, LK, Pietro. Hey, Elizabeth. You missed the entry? Yeah, I didn't take it either. There's no IFEG, no entry. We can catch the distribution though. We can still catch that. Hello, Alan, Juan. Hello, Sposley, Torforan. Hello. Hello. Like up the stream if you haven't already, guys. Click, share, copy link. Hello, Nikki. How's it going? Right, so obviously so far this is what it looks like. This is our stats. 1.6 average, our 80% win rate. We took about what, 50 trades, 55 trades, something like that. Took about 52 trades. Okay, we do have news in about 20 minutes, so be really careful of that. Okay, keep your eyes peeled for that. We do have news in about 20 minutes, so we'll see how that goes. About half an hour, 25 minutes. We do have a news release. Okay. Looks like we are, Chris. Looks like we might be. All we need to see, right, now that we've tapped into this, we need to tap a little bit lower. Okay. What I'd want to see is price take out these lows. We want to take out these lows, and then we simply just want to see an IFEG form, okay? We want to see a push down, inverse this, and take our entry there. If we get an IFEG entry on the 1 minute, we could do that. We were looking over here for an IFEG. We were waiting for price to push up here, form a fair value gap, and inverse it. That's what we really wanted to see here. But we didn't do that. We just kind of pushed straight down here. And the reason we've pushed down is I'm going to show you the bias right now, okay? So if we just go to the daily very quickly, you can see that the daily has took out this high right here. We took out this high, means we're bearish. Where are we bearish to? We're not too sure. But also, the daily has no bottom wick as well. The daily has no bottom wick, so we may push down and make that at some point. The 4 hour took out not really any highs here. Took out this one and this one, but none of the key highs really. Like, we haven't took this out, so I guess there's that. But we took this out. We're bearish. We don't know where we're bearish to on the 4 hour, so we use the 1 hour and we go on the 1 hour and we go well, we're bearish on the 1 hour because we took out all these highs here. Where are we going to retrace to? We're going to retrace back towards this fair value gap right here that I've drawn. Oh, I just deleted it. Back towards this fair value gap here that I've drawn. We got to come back to that one. We may also come back to this as well. You got to kind of consider that too. And this is the issue here. This is why I wanted to catch the sell, because if we're looking for buys, we really kind of got to wait for price to come down here for our entry. If we look at the 2 hours, there's probably just one there. There isn't one at all, to be fair. So we could look for an entry if we get one when we start coming into the bottom half of this imbalance right here. But the reason for that is because the 1 hour's bearish, the 4 hour's bearish, the daily's slightly bearish as well. But once the 1 hour comes back into here, buys would also make sense, because then the 4 hour would be bullish and the 1 hour would also be bullish as well. So buys would make sense, and our target for buys would be up here. Okay, so we really want to be taking buys. Once we come down here, we were looking for sells because we would have a bearish bias, and the way this would work is we would be bearish down to here, and then once we've come to that, we assume it's going to respect it. So when we assume it's going to respect it and it's a bullish fair value gap, that means we're going to be bullish. So we look for buys back up to here, back up to there at like a full TP type scenario. And if we drop down to the 15, you can see it kind of also looks the same there, like AMD. But if we go down to the 5, you know, we really want to see a push down here, sweeping these lows, leaving behind an imbalance. When we leave behind that imbalance, we can then inverse it very quickly, take our entry there, and then target the highs for a nice distribution move. You know, it's textbook stuff here, guys. Textbook stuff. Hey, Marcus, how's it going? Hey, JK. So this is really what we want to see. Now, if we go, we can go and look at some other pairs whilst we wait for this to happen, but we also have to kind of factor in the news in 20 minutes. So realistically, I don't want to be taking this kind of trade. I want to take something on the 1 minute that's going to be done in about 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops. That's really what I want to be doing. You know, I don't really want to be going into news, you know, with those 5 minutes left. So we really just want to take something easy. Like a sell on GJ. If we inverse this, we could easily take a sell right here. It just kind of depends on what the bias is, but I'm seeing a nice little move here. Bias would be... Would it be bearish? It would be bearish. Where to? We're not 100% sure. I guess there is this 15 right here that we are strongly respecting. But if we inverse this, like, we'd have to do it on this candle, to be honest with you. But Euro USD, same kind of thing. But we could take a sell here. What would this look like? About 1.5 hour. Bit late now. Bitcoin. Gold. Gold looks good. Gold looks good. Gold looks good. Right, if this candle closes and we don't take out this high, we can take this. As long as we don't take out this high first, we can take this trade. It's going to be a very quick thing. Very, very quick scalp. Probably just below this imbalance here. Looks like we're about to take out that high. Full TP would be these highs over here. But we could take this. Right, I'm in this. Very aggressive with my stops. Very aggressive with my stops. Just below this fair value gap right here. Right, we're managing at this red line right here. Okay, we're going to go look to be very aggressive here. Break even as soon as possible. But this is a good setup here. We inverse this very, very quickly after taking out all this liquidity to the bottom. So I'm liking this idea. We got this fair value gap right here as well. Let's see how this goes now. Let's journal this before we start moving. Did kind of rush into that, but I'm liking it. I don't mind it. Forgot to check the bias. Forgot to check the bias. I think it's bearish though. Guess this is kind of against the bias. We'll figure that out later. We're going to put 2 off for now. We're just want to get this link in. That's really what I wanted to do. Focus on all the other stuff in a sec. Right, so I'm waiting for price to come to the top half of this. When we come to the top half of this, that's when we can look to manage the trade. We do need to be out of this in about the next 8 minutes. So in 8 minutes, really, maybe 10 at most, we're going to close this manually. I'm going to set a 10-minute timer to close this. Yes, I am in. Like up the stream if you haven't already, guys. We're looking for a quick move here. Quick move. Back to the top half of this. Right, this retracement's normal. Back to this and bounce right here. I was thinking it might do that after taking out these highs. Now we look to respect it and continue up. Oh well, that's us. Wow, that was quick. Oh wow, that was quick. That was quick. That was impulsive. That was impulsive. But that was an impulsive trade. Right. I wanted to take something, I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to take something just before news. Because I wanted to at least, you know, take a trade. I guess that could also be why I forced it. But we got the IFEG, not gonna lie, we got the IFEG. But we jumped very quickly into that one. That was very poor. But we lost a whole 1% there. That's the biggest loss we've had since we started this whole thing. But I said this. I said I'm going to start risking 1% more consistently. What was the bias? We took a buy on that, didn't we? Bias is bearish. Can't lie. If we inverse this, we could take a re-entry. We could re-enter this if we inverse this. I don't mind taking that risk. I'm still liking this trade. Please just wait for us before we leave. Are you taking the mic? Just come back here. If we're gonna, we can re-enter this if we inverse this fair value gap here with stops below here. Take profit where it originally was, as long as we can get a good entry. Got 15 minutes left till news. We want to be out of this trade as quick as possible here. Right, I'm in. Part 2. Let's see if we get milked for 2% here. This is crazy, right? We got like 6 minutes left on this. Right, come on. Got to be careful of that red folded news, but I'm still liking this trade. Right, we're going to journal this after it. Let's see how we go though. Come on. I swear, if we lose this is like 2% in a day. That's the most I've lost in a long time. But I'm still liking this setup. I'm still liking this trade. We have not got time to waste though. We need to push up like now. Right, we took that high out, so again, the retracement is normal. Time for the magnet. Come on, gold. We have not got time to waste. We've got like 3 minutes before we have to start looking to close this. I think 5 minutes to the news is probably like the latest that we can leave it. I'm going to let this fully play out. I think I don't want to be too aggressive with my risk management here because we could just get wicked out like that because of the news. But let's see how this goes. Come on gold. We've got 5 minutes before we really have to start looking to close this. Come on. Come on. I think we would have to manage around about here. But we'll see how this goes. I'm happy wait until 5-2 to close this. But if we push up there, we might take half. But if we lose this, we can't really trade today. We can't really trade for the rest of the day. Right, we got to look at closing this now. Well, with the RB here, we would not make much at all. One would be here, 9.9. Let's see. We're going to give it to 5-2, and then we're just going to close it manually. Right, I'm just going to get out, I think. See if we can get a break even on this. Got a minute left. Let's see what it gives us here. Let's see what it gives us. We're going to wait the minute. We'll wait it out. Why not? If we lose this could be like the first red week we've had this year, I think. Definitely at least since January. Take out the secret weapon. Let's see how this goes though. You got 5 minutes left on this. GBP JPY is soaring. Oh wow. It didn't tap into the bottom half, so I wouldn't have took that anyway. Alright, we've got to close this here then. Unfortunately, that's another loss. Right here. Right. I believed in that setup though. We could take one more. We could take one more if we want to, but honestly, I don't know what the fuck that was. I don't know what the fuck that was. Right, we're gonna put this here and then just, can we go back to the first one? Honestly, I believed in that. I thought that could work. But it happens. That's the first against bias as well. So against the bias, not much there, you know. That's a bit, I think. There's probably a few issues there, I'm not going to lie. A few issues. There's obviously against the bias, so close to news, and a bit of an impulsive entry. I'm going to watch that back once the stream finishes. I'm going to watch that back and just see how I entered that, because I don't think I think I just seen the IFEG form. Like, I literally said I want to take a trade, then seen it and took it. I'm in GJ19. Yeah, I don't recognize you today. Honestly, shame, Joven. Shame. It's been a wild week. It has been a wild week. You're in a 19 RR long. Where's your stop loss? Yeah, I don't recognise myself, Driven. It's been one of those days, one of those weeks, to be honest. But the setup was valid. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, we did have an IFEG on the 1 minute. It did look good. I think there was that mitigated fair value gap. That was an issue. It's probably it. I think, like, honestly, we can say all the technicals, but I don't think it just goes down to psychology. It just boils down to psychology there, I guess, because I know, like, some of those issues. I just took it regardless. I think I also just wanted to take a trade, to be honest. Yeah, we could have took longs here. I said this could have been the manipulation as well, but we just didn't get that setup. There's 85% with race strategy, so it needs to lose the bounce. Yeah, I guess you could say that, but it was easily avoidable. It's like, this wasn't one of those probability plays, and this is why it's an issue. Like, this had nothing to do with probability, because these setups here, maybe this one, but these setups right here have nothing in common with these setups right here. Like, these setups are all perfect setups. These ones had issues. So if they were all the same setup, you could say it's probability, but it's worse than that, because this isn't 100. Like, these aren't a setup that you would usually like. These aren't these setups here. These setups and these setups are completely different. So it can't really. It's not. It's worse than probability. It is just bad psychology. Gotta be careful with news, guys. We got news literally in 1 minute. Jeez. Euro USD. We did get the IFEG just way too late. Most transparent goat in the game, you know it. Right. What do we do now then, guys? Because we gotta wait 15 minutes at least. But even if we do see a setup, I can't take some. These would have to be, and the next setup would directly have to be on my personal, because some of my fundeds, the limit on them is 3%, and I don't want to go near them. I don't want to go near that. Like 1% could tap us out, technically. 5-minute IFEG forming. That looks good, but so I'm one off my daily limit for trades, but that's got to be the biggest loss I've had in a while. And the funny thing is, it literally has nothing to do with the technicals. Like, it is just psychology. Like, literally my biggest loss in a while, like in a long time. And this is probably I guess this is minus, isn't it? This should be minus. This needs to be minus. So, like, this is the first red week we've had, like, you know, you got December. It just goes through phases. You can see it here, like win streak, rough patch, kind of just an entire rough patch really. Then we come back, win streak, rough patch, win streak, and now we're in another rough patch. But the difference here is this is psychology. Like, this has got to be 90% psychology, because these setups are not the same. These ones and these ones are not the same. So it's not probability, it is simply psychology, which is kind of worse, because we could technically then next week have the probability losses playing out and then be on like a 6-trade losing streak. So that's why psychology is so important. But honestly, I don't want to make excuses, I don't want to make excuses. It is simply just poor psychology. I could have done better. There is technical issues, like the technical analysis, maybe. It was definitely against the bias, but you look at the root cause, like that's kind of the symptom of bad psychology. That if you had good psychology, you would take good trades. You wouldn't take bad trades with good psychology. So we took bad trades with bad psychology here. It's not probability. This is not probability at all. This is psychology. But yeah, you just seen it there. Like, all of these trades are journaled and taken live. If not live, they're in the private Discord. I tell you that I'm taking them. But you can see it. Win rate, rough patch. Oh, sorry, win streak, rough patch. Kind of climbing out the rough patch. Win streak, a little bit of a rough patch here. Then a win streak, then another rough patch. But if these two trades didn't exist, it wouldn't look that bad. You see? But these two trades were psychology, not probability. The probability is we should start winning soon, because we've, win streak, rough patch, win streak, rough patch, win streak, rough patch. Some rough patches are worse than others, and this one is worse because of the psychology. Like, I'm not going to sit here and blame probability. It is simply just poor trading. So we definitely got it. I'm going to rewatch, like, when I finish this stream, I'm going to rewatch that entire the entire trade there, like the entire entry from entry to exit on both of those trades, and just see what I did wrong. Let you just make notes on myself. You should keep track of what trade you take on stream and off stream and see what the win rate difference is between them, but it's easier taking trades alone. Yeah, that's what I used to do, but I think you guys said that I should just put the trades that I take off stream in here. It definitely is easier trading alone, but I want to try and make it not easy. I want to try and make it the same. But yeah, that's definitely a good idea, actually. Cheers, bud. Just gotta hold yourself accountable. Do you know what I mean? I could cope, but just detrimental, really long term. First, so this is there's not much we can do here. We can try and clutch at straws and try and take another trade to get out this negative, the loss that we're in this week, 2% loss this week. We could try and get out of that, but I don't want to force any trades now. So I think the best thing to do here, guys, is simply just leave it here. It's such losing is learning. As long as you reflect on it. If you just leave it, it's a loss. If you look back and reflect on it, it's a lesson. But I think the best thing to do here, guys, is just don't force it. Take a break. Chill. If you were on the private stream, you were there. I told you, like, having a break is probably the best thing you can do. I'm probably going to have a break over the Saturday and come back and kill it. I think what I might do is I might do a back testing session on Sunday just to kind of get back into the swing of things, which will be for free, of course. Then we come back Monday, all next week. Even if there's no news, we're going to go live every single day just to practice that psychology. If there's no news on Monday or Tuesday, we're going to go live on those days from now on. And we're going to practice that discipline, okay? Rather than just leaving it, we're going to sit there and force ourselves to not take a trade and just stare at the charts, even when the best setup occurs. Don't take that trade because of the no news, etc. So we got to come back. We're going to come back stronger, obviously. We always will. I think we needed this. We needed this refresher. We needed this refresher. This is the biggest losing streak that I've had since I started this journal. So I guess we just kind of got to bite the bullet, take it on the chin. We're going to do the right thing now, which will be leave it here. I'm going to watch this stream back in my own time. I'm going to do some back testing. I'm going to have a complete break tomorrow. Have to do some back testing on Sunday, about late at night, like 7 p.m. Then we do the weekly prep in the private Discord. Then every day next week, we're going to do a live stream, even if there's no news, even if it's a bank holiday, just to practice that psychology of sitting there and not taking a trade until we see a perfect setup. Can I record a back testing session? I'll record the live one. We'll do a live one on Sunday. I'll record the live one. But that's it for me, guys. Like, honestly, pretty short stream, but make sure you join back next week, okay? We're going to come back stronger, okay? This isn't this, okay? This is psychology. This isn't the strategy, It works. We know it works. This is psychology. We're going to work on the psychology. Come back next week. We're going to come back stronger. We're going to break back into a win streak. We're not going to force anything, though. We're going to break back into a win streak simply just by doing the right things to deal with this psychology issue. It's been a rough week. Those inside the Discord will know it's been a rough week. I'm not going to make excuses, but they will know it's been a rough week for me. We've been on and off all week. I'm not going to make excuses, but that's it from me, guys. Like, honestly, pretty shit. Like 1 out of 10, 2 out of 10 out from me this session. But that is it from me, guys. That is it. Like, I've got nothing else to share. We take this on the chin. We're going to move on to the next one. We're going to see what's going on. I'm going to watch this stream back when I get a chance today. Maybe tomorrow at the latest, but I'm definitely going to watch this back. You should too if you want to kind of practice good psychology and see what shit psychology looks like. But yeah, that's it from me, guys. Have a good weekend, all right? Make sure you have a day off as well tomorrow, at least tomorrow, if not tomorrow and Sunday. But that's it from me, guys. I will, talk to you in the Discord, and I'll see you all on Monday. Make sure you join Monday's stream, okay? But I'll see you all on Monday, guys. Thanks for your time. Very short one. Very shit. Short and shit. See you all on Monday, guys. Thanks for your time.